In early October, President Biden announced that he was going to pardon all people who've been convicted of simple marijuana possession at the federal level. So this is important because the President of the United States has admitted that the nation's approach to marijuana and its prohibition has failed. And second is because Biden has laid out a pathway that could potentially remove marijuana from its Schedule I status. And the reason why rescheduling marijuana is a big deal is because Schedule I is the most restrictive category. It's in there along with heroin and LSD. Schedule I drug is a drug that has been deemed high potential for abuse with no medical value. It also means that there's a complete ban on its use, manufacture, and sale. So if marijuana is rescheduled, say to a Schedule II, which cocaine, oxycodone, fentanyl, methamphetamine are all Schedule II drugs, it would loosen the restrictions around it. And if it were made a Schedule III drug, it would take away this tax code called 280E, which is a very punitive tax code that cannabis companies have to pay under. So when the president admits that our approach to marijuana is not working, it's a big deal, and it's more of a signal that change is coming. So the pathway that President Biden prescribed, asking the Department of Health and Human Services and the Attorney General to review why marijuana is a Schedule I substance, that's a long pathway. That's 7 years, some analysts are saying. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, along with Senators Ron Wyden and Cory Booker, have introduced a bill in Senate that would move marijuana from Schedule I status and regulate it like alcohol and tobacco. There's another bill that was introduced in the House by Representative Nancy Mace, she's a Republican, that also would legalize marijuana. But there's been no movement on these bills. The legal marijuana industry in the United States generated $25 billion in sales last year, and it's expected to hit over $30 billion this year. There are 19 states where it's legal for anyone over 21 to buy and use cannabis, and there are almost 40 states that have medical programs. So what this does not mean is that U.S. companies that sell weed, they are still not able to list on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. So the only companies that can be publicly listed on those exchanges are companies in Canada and other countries that have legalized marijuana nationally. Well, you can certainly look at Biden's announcement as an important moment in history, like the beginning of the end of cannabis prohibition. However, there's a long road ahead. And for any regulated legal market, Congress does need to act.